Hello and welcome to Teleislas News with the most important news of the day. For several days, the departmental government carried out a series of intensified vaccination days. Today, they deliver a report of these days.
In total, more than 300 citizens complete their vaccination schedule and boosters after the intensified vaccination campaigns developed last January 29 by the government of the department, headed by the Secretary of Health. With vaccines for yellow fever, MMR, influenza, polio, measles, rubella, and congenital rubella syndromes, and in general complementary vaccines for children, 384 people were vaccinated as follows. Complete vaccination schedules in children under 1 year of age, 16, in children of 1 year of age, 15, in children of 1.5 years of age with boosters, 38, in children 5 years old, 19, and influenza in adults, 296.
The departmental government, in order to provide a solution to problems caused by poor waste disposal, will begin to collect waste in the next few days.
In order to establish a better control of bathers entering the Yaniquí Regional Park, the Environmental Corporation Coralina, which is in charge of the place, determined 1st of February the use of bracelets will be available to enter the tourist destination. Arne Britton, director of the entity, as a result of the community's dissatisfaction with the accumulation of special waste at different points of the island that has caused burnings by unscrupulous people, Teleislas News consulted with the Secretary of Public Services and Environment, who gives a part of tranquility to the community, stating that in the coming days they will carry out the collection of special waste in critical points of the island.
The departmental government headed by our governor has been taking actions to mitigate special waste. The bidding process for the management of the same, which was awarded to a contractor, was signed last week, and as of this week, the collection of the waste will begin.
The departmental government will be carrying out educational campaigns in the different sectors so that the community becomes aware of the importance of giving good management to ordinary and white line waste.
We invite the community of the islands to have the best disposition for the management of this waste. The departmental government headed by the governor has projected to carry out awareness campaigns and waste management.
It should be remembered that there are several critical points on the island where waste accumulation is found, such as the Barrio Obrero schoolhouse, the sector parallel to the runway, cliff, among others.
The Coralina Corporation plays a control measure for people who want to access the Yaniquí Regional Park.
In order to establish a better control of bathers entering the Yaniquí Regional Park, the Environmental Corporation Coralina, which is in charge of the place, determined that from the 1st of February, the use of bracelets will be available to enter the tourist destination. Arne Britton, director of the entity, gave more details.
What we are doing is to unify criteria, holding meetings with the operators so that we can facilitate the handling of the tickets of the bracelets. We are going to use entry bracelets now, and we are going to automate. There are some models that national and international level where we can implement sensors to know what the load capacity is there and to be able to know what the peak is and to be able to maintain control during that peak. From the 1st of February on Tuesday, we are going to start implementing this method. The socialization has already been done. The internal part has the controls, and that is what we are going to do right now.
The representative of the Coralina Environmental Corporation said that in the future they hope to have electric bracelets that will improve the experience of visitors to the regional park.
The national government, through the Ministry of Environment, gave an overview on how the project is progressing to reduce erosion on the main beaches of the archipelago.
For more than a year, the archipelago, together with the national government and the government of the Netherlands, have been carrying out actions to solve the coastal erosion on the beaches. In 2021, Dutch experts arrived in the archipelago to initiate the study phase of the affected areas and to establish solution actions. The Ministry of the Environment provided details on the progress of the project and what is to come.
We identify in which areas of San Andres there is sand available for the effect of beach recovery. recovery. Here we had an investment of about 100,000 euros. 15 days ago, the Dutch delivered to each of the institutions the result of this study. Now, we will enter an implementation phase. The governor has committed to create a specialized beach group in the interior of the department, and the ministry will provide all the technical support with the assistance of Coralina and inventors, so that they can present a project to the general system of royalties that will finally make the recovery of beaches in the archipelago a reality.
In addition to this, the environmental corporation, Coralina, specified that the beach recovery works will be carried out jointly with reforestation works of native species. The main beaches to be intervened by this initiative are the Spratbite and San Luis beaches.
The Restoring 1 Million Corals for Colombia program is an ambitious investment to recover, rehabilitate, and restore coral reefs in order to increase the live coral coverage of the country and the department. The project in our island has already made considerable progress.
Hello, Lisa and all the TV viewers. Tonight we want to talk more about the project 1 Million de Corales, a project that is led by the Ministry of Environment. In a midday, we talk a little bit with the director of Coralina, Arne Britton, who told us about the importance of this project. Now in night, we want to talk about with the Minister of the Environment, who visited our archipelago to talk about this project and told us a little bit how it's advancing.
Lo que podemos decir que ya arrancó el proyecto.
What we can say is that the project has already started. The project, with the announcement of the President of the Republic of a goal of 1 million corals in Colombia. 60% of that goal will be developed in the department, and this first workshop is the beginning that has already started. But this is an interinstitutional work. There are some allies such as international conservation. We have already made progress. We have 35,000 fragments already started, and the idea is that by 2023, when the project is completed, we will have 600 million corals that correspond to the jurisdiction, and the other 300,000 in continental, Pacific, and Caribbean.
In San Andres, 12 coral reef areas will be intervened that have the available resources for reef reforestation, logistical facilities, personnel, and organization with experience in the restoration of this type of ecosystem.
Estamos desarrollando aquí un proceso.
We are developing here a very important project, which is the planning of the restoration process of 1 million corals. An idea that came up here in the archipelago that we now have distributed in 13 sites in Colombia, 11 in the Caribbean, and 2 in the Pacific, where there are coral reefs. The reefs produce food for fishermen, consolidate a barrier for waves or hurricanes, capture CO2, and benefit the entire community in general.
This is all the information I got for you today. Continue Lisa in studio with more information.
Thank you, Alice. And now we continue with Millicent O'Neill and all the news of the municipality of Old Providence and Santa Catalina.
Good evening to all our viewers. This is the section of Old Providence and Catalina with inspiring news today. The Departmental Secretariat of Agriculture and Fisheries, along with Mas Bosques, have opened a new call for producers interested in joining the Payments Program for Environmental Services.
Agricultural producers and artisanal fishermen have until the 4th of next month to enroll in the program of payments for environmental services, Banco Dos. This thanks to an open call by the governor's office in alliance with Mas Bosques.
The Departmental Secretariat of Agriculture and Fisheries has opened a call from January 28 to February 4th for fishermen and farmers who are interested in being part of the payment program for environmental services to come to the offices of the Secretariat so they can register and can attach the documents required to enter this call.
Last year, the participants of the payment for environmental services helped in the care of corals or planting at the nurseries.
What we are looking for is that the people who register and benefit can continue carrying out the activities that are normally part of their productive activity. For example, if they are farmers and they develop a series of productive activities that support reforestation processes, agroecological soil management, the practice of non-burning in the case of fishermen, fishing within the terms of the law, etc.
The requirements to apply are a photocopy of your cedula, OCRE, and a certificate issued by the association. Those interested are requested to approach the Office of Agriculture and Fishing in Lazy Hill to register.
And this weekend, the public library in the Nelly Downs sector reopened its doors with educational and recreational activities.
The only public library in the municipality reopens its doors after being destroyed by Hurricane Iota.
After the devastation of Hurricane Iota in Providence, our library was totally destroyed. We are opening the doors again thanks to the First Lady of the nation and the presidency that gave us back a very well-equipped space for the use of the children of Old Providence and our cultural activities again.
School reinforcements and the Story Hour that seeks to bring children close to the world of reading will continue. Also, the Reading Club to improve reading comprehension. However, Fridays will be a cultural day.
Este espacio nuevo que vamos a abrir.
This new space that we're going to open on Fridays is a cultural space where we're going to have workshops of plastic arts, dance, and theater. These are totally new activities, so we're inviting the whole community, not only children, but also teenagers and young people to participate in these activities.
The children confess to be happy with the reopening of their space.
No, well, I feel good because I experienced where I got a long time no feel. It would be like a year old, no got a long time. They see people in what you used to see all the time. You got a long time no read a book. Or say all the book they want you used to read, you couldn't read them after the hurricane because you couldn't find the book what you want. You know, you used to got a spot or you used to could have find the book them.
This is all the information we have for tonight for this section of Old Providence and Ketlina. You guys can continue in San Andres with more Teleislas news. Good night.
Thank you, Millie. And with news from Old Providence, we reach to the end of our broadcast. See you tomorrow at 1 p.m. with more Teleislas news. Good night.